Watermelon. Before Lady Wayfarer went, she said they were very small. That's about the perfect size. So we're going to play with watermelon this morning. Come on, tell me how. Yes. Ooh, that's over 12 pounds. Oh, shit. Okay. What we're going to do is play with this. First, I'm going to run it through a food processor. The flesh, I'm going to save half of it because Lady Wayfarer wanted some, and that's perfectly cool. The other thing I want to do here is, I make mead on this stream, and I thought watermelon would be a great source for a wine. Just get the watermelon juice, and I have a device to get specific gravity of it. So if we get to that point, I'll then do that to see if it's worth fermenting. I wouldn't mind trying to make a watermelon wine. If I have to fortify it with extra sugar, that's fine. But I just wanted to see, curious. And the pickled watermelon rind, don't ask me why, except that I've wanted to do it for a while. Thought it would go great with chicken fried steak. However, the recipe I have, Alton Brown's, it's a pickle for a while. So we won't have it today, but we'll be able to tell you later how that works. But at least we'll do it on stream. So glad to see the familiar faces. Ginger Tea, thank you very much for coming out there today. Lady Wayfarer, always welcome here. And our stealthy few, thank you as well. Glad to have you here. All right, so for all these things, there's multiple steps. The fried zucchini is probably going to be the longest thing to make because it takes a while to slice, then you've got to bread each one, then you've got to fry each one. And we're going to do 3 pounds of zucchini. And I bought yellow squash because the zucchini that we're seeing in the stores is all small. I don't know why. And by small, I mean thin. And it's better to have, this is the one good one I could find. And that's about ideal for a zucchini. You don't want it too thick because it's pulpy and woody inside. It's not as good. That's about right. But the other ones I've got are all small. So I got more of those. And I'm just going to make 3 pounds of this today. That's too small. See if I can get it common. Oh, pen. Good. Pen will work. So, what I'm looking for is something about that size. But the yellow squash they had, and this is all supposedly locally grown, which I was really happy about. We've got a lot of agriculture still out west of DC. It's quite a bit far. It's quite a bit farther than it used to be. But out towards Winchester, there's still a lot of growers out there. There's an active farmers market. Actually, here we've got a farmers market from people from Pennsylvania. Where have I seen? Maryland has a good contribution. My favorite ones are from Gettysburg. And Coda's looking for more treats already. No one redeemed it. Oh, sorry. Okay. So, we're going to start, I think, with the watermelon. The pickle for that is simple. I think we've done something very similar before. Apple cider vinegar, sugar, spices. And this is calling for star anise, some, allspice berries. And it is from Alton Brown, so I trust it at first. I'll trust it and see how it comes out. He is from Georgia originally, so I trust that he has a good recipe for this, although his sweet tea ID is not Maya. If you saw his Space Ghost, Coast to Coast is coming to mind. Feasting on Asphalt, the second one where he followed the Mississippi. He goes on and on about how sweet tea is Southern and all Southern teas have to be sweet teas. And there is a lot of sweet tea down there, but it's not the only thing down there. trust first and then verify later. But yeah, that's why I'm going to try this. It calls for 2 pounds. I'm counting on getting 3 pounds of rind. I tried to weigh this watermelon. This watermelon. That's Coda. And it's bigger than 11 pounds. So this is a lot of watermelon. So let me get going on this. I hope you're all doing well. We've had some lovely weather here. Across the country, I've heard of it starting to cool, which is a fantastic news. We're getting towards that season when apple picking starts to pop on the horizon, so looking forward to that. Okay. All right. There is no big recipe for this one because it is basically cut it in half. Now, I'm trying not to cut myself. I want to cut the watermelon. That's not too bad. Okay. Get the scale over here. Let's see how we're working. Oh, thank you, Lady Wayfair. Appreciate that. £7 pounds, 7 ounces. 5 pounds, or 6 pounds, 6 ounces. So it's 13 pounds, 13 ounces. I didn't pick this watermelon for the weight, honest. I'm going to try the bigger one, go for the 7 pounder. This will be used for lovely watermelon here. I actually found a recipe for a watermelon salad. I may try with that. But for this, yes, I hid the knife on me so efficiently already. Yes, indeed, Master Splits, welcome in. Good to see you. Make burger, yikes, yikes, XCD, XD. Menu today is chicken fried steak. Burgers, I think we've done a couple weeks ago. So, just going to cut this, harvest the insides. For this, we're going to end up pureeing it and then see how much liquid comes out of this. So let's start, get a bowl. I am going to go ahead and put this in the fridge, the other half. One, because very quickly in this kitchen, counter space becomes a premium. And I really rather not run out so soon. Now we picked up 2 kinds of steak today. We're actually going to play around with the recipe a bit for the chicken fried steak. Because chicken fried steak is made with a particular cut. It's a round. There's the top round, bottom round of the cow. And it used to be the cheapest part, or cheapest cut. But this morning at the grocery store, when we bought the the watermelon, the steak, sirloin was cheaper than the round. It was $1 cheaper, and it's like, this makes no sense. Get to eat like LBJ. No Fresca! Forgot the Fresca. Oh, I feel like such a failure. Yeah, I know. Oh. Sorry to disappoint. Just going to do a simple dice on this. And I've got a thinner knife somewhere. Yeah, I blame that on the lack of caffeine. Hold out the bowl. Here's the bowl. Just cutting along. We have another stream Wednesday. It should be ready for that. Who wants to be me now? It's the contest. Bonjour. Ah, France or Quebec? Or just someone who likes to speak French? I think I know enough French to get myself thrown out of France. That's about it. I think they chose coffee. You. Irish. Awesome. Proper Ireland, Northern Ireland. Should I say the Republic of Ireland? I did a lovely tour over there. Got to do both all of Ireland, north and south. It's beautiful. All right. Ah, egg fried cheese, welcome. A puppy call. We are out of the frozen. We are out of the frozen treats. Where are the others? Aha! You want one too, Egg? All right, guys. Egg says hello. Coda, there you go, bud. Indiana, you're hiding in the dark, but you are a dark dog, so it works. Good boys. Thank you, Egg. What you said. I certainly hope so. And I'm glad it's not being fought over. I'm glad the polls should do that. But yesterday was lovely as well, so. Now we figured out too that the next time we run out of, or Twitch has a fit, we're gonna have a room in Discord just for y'all to join. I don't know how the chat works in Discord though. but OBS has the ability to do virtual desktop, virtual share, so all this could be shared out. So, dipping out for a bit later on, but that starts. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you for letting us know. Have fun. Is it another one of those let's piss off egg as much as possible? Heck, I'll raid that. And I'll spell your name right, too. Now, this recipe calls for crystallized ginger, crystallized nut garlic, duh. But we have some stem nut garlic that I'll be using instead. This stem nut garlic ginger tea, you and I made this a few years ago, and I hope it's still good. Otherwise, I have other sources. Host rooms are recommended not to stream because Code 13 players. That sounds like lovely people. One-inch squares. I tell you folks, if this turns out good, the other half of the watermelon, same treatment. Oh, Sotos, hey, welcome in. Code 13 with you now. How are you doing today? I hope well. You joined us on it's a little warm yet. I think we're about a week away from it starting to feel like fall out there, but we've had the migratory birds starting to come through. We're getting ready for nights by the fire pit. Lady Wayfarer spent a good bit of today cleaning up our patio, which I'm very grateful for. We'll be at some point. I got you. Okay. Be a synth stream. Oh yeah, Synth Rider. Well, honestly, guy, my headset has been sitting languishing lately. We did just finish up on a lot of the estate stuff, but it's getting to be bike riding, organized bike rides. I've got 3 scheduled that we're doing. Then I get to the indoor activities. See if one of these others is going to be better. Oh God, yes. It's a ridged one. Gives a nice texture too. Okay. Gotcha. Major headset update. Yeah, I've heard of some new features coming out for it. And to be honest, guy, I'm surprised there isn't a Quest 3 out. The longevity of that platform is just phenomenal. All things considered, how new it was. And the Quest 1 still supported, so I don't know. Game changer. OXO. This is an OXO Good Grip. This too is an OXO Good Grip, but it's got the ridges. And this is a great peeler, you are right. But the skin here is so tough, and I found this true on, not acorn squash, butternut squash, that it's hard to peel with a regular peeler. But this, Dana's Kitchen, welcome in. A shout out please for Dana there. Welcome, ma'am. Good to see you. I hope you are doing well. I love when I go into her stream. She always goes, "Hippie!" Makes me feel so welcome. But hope you are doing well, Dana. We are just getting to some southern fun stuff. Got another recipe to share on your Instagram. My mom's fried zucchini, which really could be used for anything from green tomatoes to... I wouldn't do it for ripe tomatoes because ripe tomatoes go mushy too much. But my mom used to do it with green tomatoes and other things. But yeah, Dana is a wonderful chef, cook. You cook good stuff in the kitchen. And her and Robbie are a hoot, and he's the master drinks maker, so that's a perfect arrangement in my book. And today is chicken fried steak day. Dana, I don't think it could be thinned down much, but we are setting up to celebrate Robbie's birthday. Excellent. Another year around the sun. Cool. Okay. Another circle around the sun. Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Message for you, son.
Dana, thank you very much for the subscription with Prime. Thank you. Most kind. And hello there. He's getting old. As I would tell my dad, it certainly beats the alternative. I did tell him that because it was like, huh. But never mind. I'll leave that one right there. Yeah, but my dad started counting back from 39 or 29. Oh, Darth Verbaka. Welcome in. Another shout out for Darth. Thank you for joining here today. Glad to see you, sir. I enjoyed your word stream yesterday. I'm fighting myself not to steal that idea because it is a blast. But Darth is another fantastic food and drink streamer. And he does a lot more, I don't know if you call it basic, but more normal dishes, and not like me who's doing things from Slovakia. But sometimes he goes crazy too. But lovely stream. Actually got to see his egg. Uh-oh. Did I miss an egg?
Read it, boy.
Read it, boy. No, I did not mute him. Are you guys hearing those sounds? Okay. Huh. New setup still. Well, I can't say new. We've been streaming with it for 3 weeks, but we had a stream here on my old MacBook Pro that we started doing a YouTube video in the background, and it was just pathetic. No others. And that's got to be a sound alerts thing. Well, let me go take a quick peek. Let's try this one. Did you guys hear those two?
Food consumption time.
Quiet. Okay, that's fixable. Desktop audio. It's full. Okay, I will work that though. Hmm. You've become the test team. Thank you, crew. All right. I can take that off stream, so to speak. Cheers. All right. Next, we do the pickle. Now, for 2 pounds, which I think this is more like 4, but they invented this thing called a scale. I'm going to use one today. Some of my mom's kitchen materials. Yeah, it's about 3 pounds. It's a little over 3 pounds. That's what I wanted. Okay. Because I had this cool jar. 3 quarts. Should have staff made out soon. Come on over. Actually, our favorite coffee shop we were supposed to go to today. Disappointed that we couldn't get our coffee fill from them. And they were having a staff outing day, so it was an unusual day for them to be closed. All right. I'm going to set it up here, the cooktop. And that is the one thing I wish we could do more. It is great that people from all over the world are able to get together and have some good time, talk, make fun of each other, make mistakes in front of people. Hi. It'd be nice to be able to see each other and meet. And I know Dana did some collabs with, I think, Kanara and a few others. And Pantry Elf and Asanth both were talking about it. We're supposed to actually do Medieval Garb one day for a stream. You're going to go to Kanara's? That would be awesome. She lives up in Oregon, and you're in Texas, yes? But I'll talk her up again. Kanara is wonderful. She's rated us here. She's fun to watch. Oh, you're doing it. Doing a collab with Pantry Elf on the 12th. That is awesome. In a sugar syrup. So think of it as crystallized ginger where it's not crystallized yet. Thank you, Ginger Tea. All right. So it calls for a quarter cup of that. So we're actually going, what? 3/8 of a cup, which is half of 3/4. Brilliant, hippie. Now, Alton calls for crystallized, like I said, but we're looking for a home for this. This was probably made at least 3 years ago. And we made it for a Harry Potter recipe. Get a half cup out. That'll work. I haven't lost it if I haven't had it yet, right? Aha. Wow, gone much. Huh. Eighth, quarter, third cup. Yeah, go for the half. You just go scant on it. So this has been in our fridge for a long time, and it would be nice to use it. But when we made it, it was real simple to make. Yeah, we've got a good Asian market here, H Mart. Actually, several. Um, but the H Mart, I think, is the best because their selection. They have an active fish market. It smells like fresh fish. Does not smell bad, and doesn't smell bad. That's a good recommendation. But you know how either you don't smell anything from a market, which is weird if you have fresh fish. But this, it smells like fresh fish. And they have lots, and it's all, they have a fish counter, not a meat counter. But yeah, that's a regular stop. If I'm ever making something weird, that's where I go. try this. Oh, wow. Still very gingery, very sugary. It is pretty much what I described. Candied ginger with some water. And it keeps. This has been in the fridge. I'd asked Ginger Tea when that was, when we made those muffins. She would probably know. All right. That'll do on the... This is a test. I'm using such a big pot because I have to bring it to a boil with the rind in it. I do not know. Okay. So, the not garlic. Let's see, 1.5 cups each of water and apple cider, and 1 1/8 cups really of sugar. All right. Let's see, not really. Oh, this is the pepper sauce you're talking about? I lost the mouse. Laogan my chili oil. Okay. Master Splits, welcome back. How dare you leave? Get back to your keyboard and stay there. Kidding. It's making food and someone had to use the iPad. Oh, likely story. Okay, that's fine. It's probably... Boo. Yeah, she's here. All right. I'm a little shy. I'm a shy little boy. I was terribly shy when I was a kid. Having cookies for breakfast. So is chocolate cake. Bill Cosby's cake. All right. Substitute for apple cider vinegar. I can use Lady Wayfarer's Bragg. She is very gently offered, or kindly offered. Where is the Bragg? Is that up on your shelf? Yep. And we have actually tried to make our own, well, she has tried to make her own apple cider vinegar a few times. Hasn't worked yet. It's basically kitchen scraps. And use something like Bragg's that has the mother in it. And those of you who don't know about vinegar making, the mother is the organism, so that's the cloud down there, but it actually forms a solid mass and will turn sweet things and alcoholic things to vinegar. It eats the alcohol, eats the sugars. It's different for both. I've had rice vinegar and rice wine vinegar. And the rice vinegar is just the starches that are from rice consumed by the yeast, whereas rice wine is sake. 1W is the... Going through the alphabet. Stop that! Yep, I did just do that. Well, there is that middle part, elemento. Isn't that one letter? Oh, I see it. Oh, thank you for the ideas. We are enjoying that. Aglio e olio is probably So, in essence, cooking is going well. I hope your afternoon, or I should say it this way, your time of day goes well. I still have to adjust. I love it, the worldwide audience. It's a mental adjustment for me to say, so how's your afternoon? The candles. Aesthetic. We used to do in the winter. We will do this again. We have a fire in the fireplace, and we have that on the background. When we have a fire pit outside, we have that as part of it, and that's just what we do right up here. That's just what we do on Sundays. So it's kind of just sort of setting the mood, chill place to be. My time of day is going fine. And the idea is you to be out there in the back, watching the tiki torches and the trees. Now, I'm going through math here, guys. That is not going to cover all that. So we'll see how that works out. All of these ingredients are going in here, of course. And I kind of figured out if I were to try to can this, and we did can our mint jelly that we made. Exactly, just look at the flames and relax. We did can the mint jelly successfully, and it actually came out very good. We had our stream where we had mint juleps, mint jelly, and a mint salad. Or it was a mango pineapple salad with mint. So we just went all out mint crazy. But I think we're going to have to do it again. We're going to be doing some cream to mint. And actually, I've made that before I ever streamed. I do a lot of home brewing. I used to do a lot more. And starting 1 minute. I'm going to go get my timer. Hold on a sec. Well, I'll just go for mental now. All right. Let us slowly add That'll mostly cover it. I was thinking about doing this where I could can it, but I'm not sure. There is vinegar in it, so canning is an option. But I'm not sure it's acidic enough to be safe without a high pressurized canning. So I was gonna, one of the people we talked about earlier, Kanara, she teaches food preservation at, I think it's the University of Oregon. So I was gonna ask her about that. So again, just looking to take the fruit of the season and make it available in the dark winter's night. So I think that's Max. That is Max. So while that is doing its thing, I'm going to start moving things out of the way, because our next part, zucchini, and my mom had a technique with this, very specific technique. You know, that's just going to sit. And the star anise, it's basically a star seed pod. And all the seeds in that one had come out, but still the pod itself has some flavor. And it is pretty old, so I figured putting the extra spice in there won't hurt. No, this is some beer. This is, what is it? Moosehead. It's one of my old friend's favorite beers. So I get it and just think of them every once in a while. Now, if that were whiskey, I'd be sitting back and looking at the candles. How does salted pork apple pie? You know, my first reaction was, oh my God, because, you know, it's fat in there. But then again, lard, salted lard, but lard. It's not quite the same. The lard comes from the fat around the kidneys, and salt pork is from the back of the pig. But it's, flavor-wise, should be close. But I think you've heard of this too, Master Splits. How good bacon is on apple pie. And cheddar cheese, especially. I think it'd be really good. But then again, I think ketchup on cottage cheese is pretty good, so. It's not quite the full boil yet. Yep, Calvin Coolidge's favorite one. That's one of the ones you gave us. And that's why I was going to add it to this. What a fancy glass for a beer. Yes, it is. These are glasses for my parents. My father recently passed, so a lot of the stream is actually to commemorate my mother as well, and all of her wonderful cooking, and her grandmother, and my grandmother, I should say, but my dad too. So, a lot of what is here is from them. I try to weave it in, just so I can. My mother was a fantastic cook, and she did all sorts of things. She didn't do this stuff. She was more interested in Slavic cooking. I found, actually, of the cookbook over there that she had, and she had taken the Danube cruise up through, I think it's not Ukraine, that's not right, Yugoslavia or Czechoslovakia, and she stopped in restaurants and she has recipes from them. She used to do tours on it too. Pierogi, yes, we've made pierogi here. My grandmother had very good ones. Halupki is also another one. And in that book that we got, it made halushkis with bread, or with potato, which I've never done before. My halushkis are eggs and flour. So we'll be trying those. Oh, thank you, Lady Wayfair. Are more Irish than I am, but Lady Wayfair has an English surname. Welsh? She said Welsh. Question for you in chat. Cool. So you get to see the carnage in a minute. So this is obviously very hot. There is sugar in here, so when it was boiling, it was above 210, 212. So all right. Looky there, I was wrong. It did cover. It covered about perfectly. Wow. Okay. So, pickled watermelon rind. Leave it aged for at least. Oh, these, we'll be trying these Wednesday. Um, yeah, this, when we made these are, I will call them simply bread and butter pickled zucchini, because it's basically a bread and butter pickle, but with zucchini. We were trying to get this. So I thought, gee, watermelon rind, pickled watermelon rind with good southern cooking. It'd be perfect. But when Lady Wayfair went to the store, the watermelons were this big and $6 each. So, nah. So this is for today. That I think we'll probably try some, but we'll show that off Wednesday. We're at 6:30. For those of you who aren't yet regulars, certainly hope you consider coming by. Enjoy the company. All right. That's going to be used for potatoes later. We have to make some mashed potatoes. But we're going to do our zucchini first. So I need to clear the deck here, so to speak. Green. Oh, wow. All right, that's cleaned up. We're making the fried zucchini to go with it. So the chicken fried steak, I've got a couple different cuts I wanted to try today. I talked about, we bought regular sirloin steaks, and then, well, I'll be honest, manager's discount for the round steak, because the regular round steak was $1 more than the sirloin. If you can figure out why, let me know. Yes, supply and demand, I know. But and when we bought brisket, we made that sous vide brisket. That was more expensive than sirloin steak. So I wanted to do a test. We're going to have sirloin steak. I'm going to take the bone out. We're going to do the same treatment that we're doing to the round steak. See which is better. But first, the zucchini. And yes, I'm rewashing a bowl, so it still counts as one bowl. This we'll be coming back to later. Buy it, spent a lot of time. He bought her all these, well, they bought a lot of the equipment for her, and they took cruises. So just to get recipes. But yeah, I love chicken fried steak. Oh, I'm sure we'll suffer through it. I cannot recall having it myself. I've had my share of fried chicken, had my share of steak, and I don't think you can see him, but Coda has come over to make sure nothing hits the floor. Our dogs are the official food police. They make sure no food escapes alive. All right. And we'll get these set up, and then I think we'll start the potatoes. Because I remember my mother doing this. She would salt and pepper these and then let them sit because you want some of that bitterness to come out of the squash and the seasoning to work its way in. All right. We have two different steak cuts today. Oh, now I got to give him one. We're going to use a sirloin steak for one. Because they're cheaper than the one that's recommended. Oh. Regularly at our supermarket, it's called Giant. We have a number of them, but Giant's our preferred one. They'll have manager markdowns, and that's what this one is. But this runs $7.49 a pound, and it is top round. And this is sirloin, $6.99 a pound. Shenanigans, that's what it is. So we're going to do some from each. We're going to make the top round. The round steak is what's preferred. And I've got my Machiavellian device here. Normally it's used cube steak, which basically runs it through a series of death by 1,000 cuts. But this, just do that all over the steak. Chicken fried steak is made with beef. It is. Chicken fried applies to the cooking method. Are you being facetious? And it's ironic. The manager special thing. I used to see cube steak that way because they would take the lesser cuts and try to make them marketable. Brisket. Brisket should not be more than steak. And yes, supply and demand. I know. You can do a lot with brisket that you can't with others. The connective tissue in it. So I actually started making corned beef with steak, just to see how it come out. Not the same. Now that's Central Texas. Yeah, that's why pork is what I'm tending towards. Pork around here is maintaining when you buy it in large enough quantities, $2 a pound, $1.69 for pork butt. Brisket going as high as it's going. And I do think about environmental impact, that how much less carbon dioxide is produced by chicken and pigs than by cows. Steak will be a rarity, but I will do it. Lady Wayfair and I had a talk today about our Keurig. I love the fact we have a nice Keurig. I get my 1 cup. That's all I drink coffee-wise, unless it's a really bad day. But that one little plastic cup, why? And that's just me. That's new me. Yeah. New and improved. Nah. I think they make reusable K-Cups of sorts. Yes, and we have some. I do love a good Reuben. Yeah, and actually the brisket we made a sous vide brisket that we then smoked. And it came out pastrami. And I know it didn't go through the steaming process afterwards. It would have benefited from that a lot. But it came out flavorful. It was a bit dry, but it was awesome. The flavor was fantastic. It has disappeared, yes. Then again, we did a smoked pork butt the week after, and that hasn't disappeared, but it's been frozen because otherwise it would have disappeared. We made some barbecue pork pies out of it. I like them. They're very good. But the best thing about the smoked pork, we made brioche buns, smoked pork, put some coleslaw on top of it. It was carrot slaw, barbecue sauce homemade. That was awesome. Now I'm hungry. Let's make some food. Tell you guys, the foods we eat now are much more complex than before streaming. Then again, that's kind of what it's about. All right, so we have our lineup. There's a great pop-up noah called The Bad Jew. Pork pastrami. I have a Jewish friend who would find that hilarious. He calls himself the Bad Jew. We would go to an Italian deli and get subs, and he would get stuff he's not supposed to have. That's our lineup. That's our puppy lineup right beyond it. That's my hand. Indeed, I love that. And egg, is it about that time? They're telling me it is. Oh, that's right. Okay. We made these puppy treats about a month ago now. Just homemade ones. Sit. You know how to sit. Okay, guys. Leave the fingers. Thank you. All right. Instructions the way they used to be. Well, the way my mother made it. She would do salt, pepper, garlic salt, which is salt and garlic powder, pepper, basil, oregano on both sides. So we're going to do that. This is my mother's. This is a garlic powder. And one of the things, my mother's salt shaker that she used for this dish, ironically enough, and others. She had 2 kitchen Lady Wayfarer, you're now subscribed.
Oh,
And Pepsi 1979 is subscribed. So thank you very much and welcome in. That is awesome. Thank you, Winty. Thank you very much. I'm going to put this out down here.
oh, I can smell that watermelon.
Mm.
It smells good.
Uh-oh. My stream is growing. I am happy about that. Slowly is a very good way to grow. You know, I've seen a lot of streamers, and Kanar is one that has grown massive. It's a pace that is intimidating. I like a small group. Can interact better. You did suggestions? Yes. You being out there talking, us having a good time. It's really what people are looking for. Something they can relate to. Yeah, this one I gotta do yet. All right. That sits. Yes, they have helped master splits. They definitely have. Thank you very much.
Are we doing the whole bag?
It's 5 pounds. I think we're doing 3 pounds.
Okay.
Kayak! We just did kayaking yesterday. We lost my anchor. You can get anchors for them.
That might be handy.
Oh, yeah. But yes, we have dog sightings here.
We're baffled at how anyone. Yeah.
Look at me. It's got to be
Stable.
big.
Stable for newbies.
But, oh, it was just gorgeous.
It was so much fun, though.
I had done the bicycle ride in the morning, so my legs were tired. And by the time we did the kayak, my arms and chest were tired. It's like, okay, I feel good.
And the weather was gorgeous. It was a calm summer day.
You stay close to shore, yeah. Okay.
What?
I'm thinking.
Is anything happening?
There's an old quote I used to have on my computer from the Three Stooges. It's Curly. I'm trying to think, but nothing happens. Welcome. Oh, I'm going to try this. I'm going to say Orisu. Orisu. Welcome. Thank you for coming in here. Did I get your name right? Awesome. Welcome in, Wayfarer's Pantry. Thank you very much for the follow. Do appreciate that. Chicken fried steak is a good dish. All right, what we're going to set up here. Lady Wayfarer is taking care of mashed potatoes part to start that. This is not movable, which is a little bit annoying for me. Fry station would have been here, but we need egg wash and flour and breadcrumbs. So we'll work that out. But for now, I'm going to take this and give it to a dog. No, the breadcrumbs. So we've got our plain breadcrumbs. Now my mother used to use the Italian seasoning breadcrumbs. Progresso has them. unfortunately, has onion and corn. And we avoid all corn, all onion products, cornstarch, cornmeal, blah, blah, blah. So we have to be very careful what we get for breading. And Wegmans panko is good, but we also added in some of our own bread. Just regular bread, like this, stale. We run it through the toaster oven. I'll do that later, just to make up more. But make your own breadcrumbs. Okay, cool. So for the breadcrumb, we got some crummy bread. Sorry. It's going to be a flour, egg wash, breadcrumb fry. This is going to be for our breadcrumbs. Would you get the Parmesan cheese out, please? Thank you, love. And I think you wanted to do the creamy milk, right? On stream?
Yes.
So I get to play sous chef to Lady Wayfair.
Oh, you mean me do? Me do?
Yeah.
I wanted to do it, but yeah, I wasn't sure I was doing the cooking on stream. Why don't we team up on it?
We'll team up on it. Okay.
Yeah, we'll team up on it. All right, this is the kind of Parmesan that has to be grated. I think we also have some pre-shredded. Which one do you prefer?
It's got to be the size for breadcrumb.
Okay, then it's going to be that one.
So
And you may need another brick.
Yeah, I'll need another.
Okay.
Now, normally we use this for a Parmesan. That's going to be too big. So a quarter cup. Now that we've got, some Asiago cheese. Very good. A new staple for the house. Ah, puppy time. Yes. Thank you, love.
Are you looking for crystallized ginger?
Ginger Tea has a link for him. We watch him whenever he releases a stream. He used to work at Disney. I think he was on the cruise line, and then they went in sabbatical, COVID, and he started streaming, and he was so successful at it. Or he doesn't stream; he records. That Disney called him back, and he said, "No, I think I'm going to do this instead." And they sponsored his stream, which was really cool.
That is cool.
I've got to figure this out. Okay. So, I think we got our cheese. Let's see. Asafoetida. And a teaspoon of garlic powder and of that powder as well. Context does mean everything. It's like in real estate. Location, location, location. Dogs are on.
There you go. Oh.
I think 1 teaspoon is a lot of this.
It is.
So go half. Go for it. Go for it.
Strong.
Yeah. Asafoetida is.
The aroma is fresh with that one.
Okay. Garlic, asafoetida, kosher salt. I need to get some more. Need a teaspoon as well. Thank you, love.
So
2 tablespoons.
Seems like this is something you can kind of customize for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed you were heavy with the salt and light with the onion for asafoetida.
Foetida.
I think I have an extra syllable in there.
Asafoetida.
Asafoetida.
Ta-da!
So you can kind of spice this the way you like it.
Parsley. This.
Sage, rosemary, and thyme.
She once was a true love with me.
Are you going to Scarborough Fair?
Nope. It's actually a traditional song called Scarborough Fair. Okay. So we've made our seasoned Italian breadcrumbs. We now need our flour, which is flour.
All-purpose?
All-purpose. We'll use the old stuff.
If you wanted to go gluten-free.
You wouldn't use bread. The breadcrumbs would have to change.
Yeah, you wouldn't use breadcrumbs. You'd be mixing this with something like almond meal, right?
There are gluten-free breads that I bet could come close.
For potato starch? Or would you substitute potato starch for the flour?
Something like potato starch for the flour.
Okay.
There is Red Mill, Bob's Red Mill baking mix, which is a very close approximation to flour. It's got guar gum, xanthan gum, almond meal, other things in it. And it will do, but your challenges are going to be both the flour and the bread.
Right. Sorry, I was looking ahead.
Mary Todd, welcome in. Love chicken fried. Chicken fried. Laura Deckar, welcome in as well. Good to see you. But are you saying chicken fried crushed pork rinds? I don't think so. I think you're just saying with crushed pork rinds, which would be awesome.
Do you want eggs or egg whites?
I'm checking. Hold on. Yeah, it doesn't say. 2 eggs and a half cup. So 2 eggs and half cup of milk. Salt and pepper. So regular eggs, please. You do low carb. I've lost 30 pounds this year. Yes, I went low carb and lost a lot of weight way back when. Crushed pork rinds would work. I'm trying to think of the other tricks from back then. So congratulations on that, by the way, Galuch. All the exercise too, I'm sure, is helping out. Things that we do, there are substitutes for it. We did one stream where we did the vegetarian one because I'm going to get it wrong again. Another vegetable-based couple.
Oh, plant-based couple.
Plant-based couple.
Yeah, plant-based.
Ran across us on Instagram and were curious and came in, and good company for a while, but somebody ran into your bowl. Just not feel well. Oh. Any of you ever make oat cookies with cranberries? No, most of ours are, well, raisins. Cranberries would be good too. Labor Day ideas. No, we're streaming on Labor Day, I think.
Well, Labor Day is Monday in the U.S.
Yes.
So we will stream on Sunday, but not on Monday.
Well, we talked about doing the planning stream.
We did, but we haven't defined a time and a day of the week yet.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
we need to figure that out soon.
Saturday or Monday is what we have been talking. And it will just be a planning stream. There's a game. I will not take the game that Darth Verbaka does. But we'll have a sort of a word game going on in the background, and we'll just talk about the menu.
Some kind of game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll probably, if it's Monday, it'll be at 6:30. If it's Saturday, we'll try at 3 or something. Be consistent.
Yeah, even though it's a holiday weekend, we'll have to pick something that will work month to month. And I think we'll be doing it once a month or once a week.
DJ SB Strong, Darth sent me, told me to keep an eye on you. So you can tell him I'm not taking his idea. Yeah.
Taking the idea, but changing it up.
Yeah.
It'll be different.
It's a good avenue to talk with folks, and it's
Yeah,
not
I
just
love
going to. And we do that here. I mean, when Master of Splits was talking about a lot of his ideas, we were cooking, so it's just adding it in. But yeah.
So we have to figure out monthly or weekly too.
We could compromise and do bi-weekly.
Ooh, hard for people to remember.
Yeah, that's true. We'll figure it out. Where's the? Oh, it's in the small container.
So we're going to need cookie sheets to lay these out. Probably 2.
Yes, 2 cookie sheets.
Are they going to need Silpats or parchment? Or something else?
As you can see, these are clean.
Why
So
is
these
the toaster on?
were.
Okay.
These are my mother's.
The new ones we've acquired?
Yes.
Let's set those aside. We're waiting on your nephew to decide if he wants them.
Oh, okay. Here are ours. All right. So, wax paper, please.
Okay. That I wouldn't have guessed.
Well, that's going to be before cooking. We're going to use